The wind howled through the jagged peaks of the Dravikar Range, carrying with a stench of ozone and blood. The sky burned crimson as two suns sank toward the horizon, their light glinting off the charred remains of what had once been a thriving outpost. Kaelen adjusted the strap on his plasma rifle and pressed forward, boots crunching over brittle bones. He didn't have time to mourn the dead. His mission was simple: cross the Black Rift, reach the abandoned starport, and secure the beacon before the enemy reinforcement arrived. But between him and his objective lay the Dravikar Pass and its guardian. As he reached the final ridge, Kaelen froze. She was waiting for him. The alien girl sat astride a massive beast, a creature with 6 legs, obsidian armor plating, and tusks like spears curving from its jaw. Its 4 crimson eyes glowed faintly in the dusk. The girl herself was no less intimidating. She wore battle-scorched armor carved from the same black metal as the mountains around them, her white hair braided tight, her amber eyes like twin blades slicing through the gloom. She raised a jagged spear and pointed it at him. "You shall not pass human," she snarled, her voice carrying over the wind. Kaelen grimaced. Figures. The beast beneath her shifted, claws scraping against stone. Its growl vibrated to the ground like distant thunder. "I'm not here to fight you," Kaelen called out, though he didn't lower his rifle. "I just need the starport beacon." "The beacon stays sealed," she spat, her grip tightening on her weapon. "Your kind brings only war and fire. You will not defile this place like you did the others." Kaelen sighed. Every second he wasted here was another second closer to reinforcements dropping in to vaporize the whole region. "Listen," he said, his tone sharp. "I don't have time for this. Move aside." Her laugh was humorless. "Or what? You'll shoot me?" She leaned forward, her beast hissing at him like a furnace opening its jaws. "Try it, human. See what happens." Kaelen didn't want to fight her, but she wasn't bluffing, and he wasn't leaving without that beacon. The wind picked up again, flinging ash across the pass. The two locked eyes. Then she charged. The beast surged forward with terrifying speed, its claws tearing through stone like paper. Kaelen dove aside just as the spear whistled past where his head had been. He rolled. Came up firing, bolts of plasma streaking toward rider and mount. The girl twisted in the saddle, her spear spinning. With inhuman reflexes, she deflected 2 shots, the third glancing off the beast's armored hide. The creature barreled past, kicking up shards of rock before pivoting sharply, its tail smashing a boulder into rubble. Kaelen didn't hesitate. He darted for cover behind an outcropping, slapping a fresh cell into his rifle. The girl wheeled the beast around, her amber eyes blazing. "You fight like a scavenger," she taunted. "Is this how humans survive? Hiding behind rocks." Kaelen gritted his teeth and fired again, forcing her to duck. One shot grazed her shoulder, and she hissed in pain. The beast roared and leapt, closing the distance in a single bound. Kaelen barely threw himself aside before claws gouged deep furrows into ground where he'd been standing. The fight raged across the pass, a deadly dance of plasma bolts, spear strikes, and thunderous roars. The girl moved like flowing fire, her beast a living battering ram. Kaelen used every trick he knew, grenades tossed a blind, rifle burst to drive her back, his knife flashing when she got too close. Still, she kept coming. Then, over the chaos, Kaelen heard it, the distant rumble of engines, reinforcements. He swore under his breath. The girl heard it too. She froze atop her beast, glaring toward the horizon where dark shapes were descending through the crimson sky. Dropships. Not hers. Not his. Someone worse. Kaelen cursed again and shoved a grenade back into his belt. "Look," he snapped. "We can kill each other later, but if those things land, neither of us walks away." The girl didn't answer. Her beast growled, uneasy. "They're here for the beacon too," Kaelen pressed. "If they take it, your whole world burns next. You want that?" She hesitated. For the first time, Kaelen saw something other than fury in her eyes. Then she snarled. "Fine, but if you betray me, human, I'll feed you to the ridge beast myself." Kaelen smirked despite himself. "Fair enough." The dropship screamed closer, black-armored soldiers already rappelling down on jets of fire. Kaelen ducked behind a shattered wall as blaster fire tore through the pass. The alien girl barked a command in her language, and her beast lunged forward with a roar, scattering the first wave of soldiers like leaves in a storm. Kaelen covered her with precise rifle fire, cutting down troops before they could flank her. The two fought back-to-back, without speaking, moving as though they'd trained together for years rather than meeting minutes ago. More enemy soldiers poured in, heavy weapons blazing. Kaelen tossed a grenade, blowing apart a squad before they could set up a turret. The girl's spear flashed, severing rifles and cutting through armor like paper. Her beast plowed through enemy ranks, its claws tearing soldiers apart as it bellowed its fury into the burning sky. But the enemy kept coming. Too many. Kaelen shouted over the din. "We hold," she growled, driving her spear through another soldier's chest. the air filled with smoke, screams, and the metallic tang of blood. Kaelen shot down another trooper, then saw the problem. One of the dropships was lowering a fusion drill toward the beacon's vault. If it reached the door, the enemy would have what they came for. "We need to take out that drill," he yelled. The alien girl followed his gaze, eyes narrowing. She barked another command, and her beast bounded toward the dropship. Kaelen sprinted alongside, firing at soldiers who tried to intercept them. The drill whined louder as it bit into the vault door. Kaelen hurled his last grenade. It exploded beneath the drill, flipping it in a fireball of twisted metal. The dropship reeled, engine sputtering. The alien girl vaulted off her beast back, landing on the dropship's wing. With a savage cry, she drove her spear straight into the cockpit. The ship lurched violently, then spiraled down into the ravine below. Kaelen stared. "Remind me never to get on your bad side." She smirked grimly, swinging back onto her beast. But the fight wasn't over. The remaining soldiers regrouped, bringing up heavy cannons. Blasts shook the mountainside, rock slides crashing down around them. Kaelen and the girl fought desperately, dodging fire as they cut down enemy after enemy. Finally, the last dropship tried to lift off. Kaelen aimed carefully, his rifle whining as it built to full charge. One shot. The ship exploded midair, raining fire across the pass. Silence fell. The enemy was gone. Kaelen lowered his rifle, chest heaving. The girl sat astride her beast, equally bloodied and exhausted. For a long moment, neither spoke. Then she said grudgingly, "Perhaps not all humans are cowards." Kaelen managed a tired grin. "And maybe not all aliens want me dead. Progress." She dismounted, retrieving her spear from the rubble. "The beacon stays here, but perhaps we guard together." Kaelen nodded slowly. "Yeah, together." Above them, the two suns sank behind the mountains, casting long shadows across the battered pass. For now, the world was safe. But Kaelen knew this was only the beginning.